What is up, everybody? Jacob Bartley here for Apocaflix Movies, and we are talking some more news, some recent news and rumors going around in the world. And today we're going to talk about the It Chapter 2 runtime being revealed by the director. Apparently this movie is going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes long. Wow, I did not see that coming, especially with a horror film, especially with an It movie, because most people are probably like me and they're terrified of that clown. And even though I go out and watch it, I might want to get out of the theater as soon as possible. Regardless, he's saying this movie's 2 hours and 45 minutes long. We've seen runtimes come out or be announced before, and it ends up not being that case. I remember they were saying Thor Ragnarok was going to be the longest MCU movie, and then it came out and it was under 2 hours. So we could take this with a tiny grain of salt. They could not be done editing the film. Whatever the case may be, it might not actually be 2 hours and 45 minutes when it comes out, but this is what the director's saying, that it is indeed 2 hours and 45 minutes. And before I get into what I think about that, let's look at what he was actually saying. He's saying that he was speaking with Bill and about the Pennywise character, and that Pennywise, they wanted Pennywise to actually have some depth to him, is what I'm taking from these comments. That they wanted him to have a plan, and he actually wants revenge on these kids, and it's actually an in-depth journey for Pennywise, actually going after these kids for what they did to him in the first movie. And I think that's cool. That's a good reason to want to add more time to your movie. On top of that, I do think there is a lot of mythology and a lot of stuff within this Pennywise Stephen King world that you could explore that the TV miniseries didn't explore, that maybe people weren't expecting the movies to explore. And that is the mythology about how Pennywise is actually this years old cosmic being, and his mortal enemy is a giant turtle. And I'm not saying we're going to see that on screen. I'm saying we might get into some more mythology with Pennywise, maybe get into that cosmic being and where does this evilness come from? Because he's obviously evil, but he's also a magical creature. He's basically a sorcerer. That's what I always say, because he can do all these magical things. So maybe they get into that, not necessarily an origin story, but more on that. Like one of the characters are looking into him and they start to figure something out about him being this cosmic being. I think if you're gonna use 2 hours and 45 minutes to tell this story, that's where you can maybe lend your focus to. Also, they're not going to make It Chapter 3. Maybe this movie makes $1.5 billion and they're like, we have to make an It Chapter 3. I don't think they're going to do that. So this being the last movie, and we'll probably get a Pennywise reboot in the future, a long future, but maybe they're thinking, okay, this is going to be the last It movie for a while. Let's put all of everything out there. So those are three good reasons why this runtime is justified. They want to give more time and give more depth to why Pennywise is doing what he's doing. They might want to explore the mythology and the origin of Pennywise a little bit more. And they also probably are figuring this is their last It movie for a while, so let's put it all out there. Now, for me personally, if it is 2 hours and 45 minutes, I would rather see the movie be a little bit shorter. I would rather see, if they're going to go long, 215, 220. I think 245 is too long for a horror movie. Now, it all depends. They can do it well. They could use the 2 hour and 45 minutes effectively, and then we have no issues there, right? If they do that. But I have a feeling it's going to be drawn out, a lot of unnecessary scenes, things like that. We've seen longer movies lately. We saw Avengers Endgame, 3 hours and 2 minutes. We saw Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, about 2 hours and 45 minutes. And while I like both of those movies, I do admit they both could have been shorter. They both, maybe not Endgame, but I'm sure you could find some. They both had scenes that maybe could have been taken out to make the movie shorter. So I'm afraid that with the success of the first movie, the director's kind of been given the license to do whatever he wants, and now screw it, I'm not cutting anything. Or they're going to use it effectively, They're gonna dive into that motivation for Pennywise, dive into that mythology, and just give us everything we want, or everything that should be in this movie, in the director's opinion. So that's probably what they're going for. I hope it's a good sign. Don't get me wrong, if this movie could be great at 2 hours and 45 minutes. I just think for what it is, maybe it should be shorter, but who knows? We'll never know until we see the movie. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think that this runtime is justified? Why do you think they're doing this runtime, other than the things that the director said? Let us know in the comment section. We're really curious to hear your thoughts, and hopefully you don't get your pants scared off when you watch It Chapter 2 later this year, like I probably will. Again, I am Jacob for Apocaflix Movies, and this was a video about the 2 hour and 45 minute runtime of It Chapter 2. Let us know what you thought. Thanks again for watching. Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocaflix Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocaflix Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.